Prince William rarely admits to his weaknesses, but during Peter Crouch's podcast on BBC Radio 5 Live with Tom Fordyce and Chris Stark, the Prince of Wales revealed that he always has a hard time choosing gifts. The prince once went too far with the idea of surprising his then-beloved Catherine and gave her a gift that she remembered for a long time. During the podcast, William, along with the former footballer of the British national team, began to discuss the gifts they gave to their wives. It turned out that Peter had been buying his wife, model Abby Clancy, a raincoat for 3 years, but William managed to outdo even that. The Prince of Wales opened up about the early months of his relationship with Catherine and the ridiculous gift that the princess reminds him of to this day. "I once bought my wife a pair of binoculars, she never lets me forget it," William joked. Funny how this happened early in the prince's courtship with Catherine. William really wanted to surprise his girlfriend, but he went a little overboard. It all went wrong. "Honestly, I have no idea why I bought her binoculars. It seemed like a good idea at the time," the Prince of Wales concluded. Apparently, every Christmas, William has a difficult time because the royal family has a special tradition to give unusual gifts on the eve of the holiday. What's more, the surprises should be inexpensive because the most important thing is attention. Welcoming the crowd at Sandringham after a Christmas church service, Princess Catherine of Wales revealed that her Christmas morning started a few hours earlier than usual because of preparations for the celebration. During the walk, the Duchess of Cambridge in Cornwall accepted a bouquet from the hands of a girl named India. She asked if Catherine had a beautiful Christmas morning. "I had a beautiful morning, thank you very much. Pretty early start this morning," the daughter-in-law of King Charles III joked. The moment was caught on video, which was later posted on Twitter. Another viewer asked about Christmas presents for her children. "They got a lot of beautiful things, thank you very much," the Princess of Wales responded. Prince William of Wales was also said to have commented on the children's gifts while speaking to the crowd outside Sandringham Church. Hilary Marsh, of Suffolk, who was also present in the crowd, said, "I asked William if there was a Santa Claus for the children, and he smiled back and said they had enough presents." Princess Catherine appeared before the audience in an Alexander McQueen coat, a mango dress and a green hat with a feather. Prince George and Prince William wore blue suits with white shirts and blue ties. For Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte, coats by Trotter's brand were chosen. During the royal family's walk to church on Christmas morning, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis looked impeccable, but at what cost to Princess Catherine? The Princess of Wales certainly went to great lengths to make her children look that way. Both she and Prince William had to tear Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis away from their Christmas presents to dress and prepare them for church services. And Catherine seemed to struggle more than usual when it came to little Charlotte's hair. During a visit to the county of Cumbria in June 2019, the Duchess of Cambridge revealed that she struggled with Charlotte's hair styling. It happened when a young girl who had met the Princess of Wales gave her a bouquet of flowers and questioned who had worked on Charlotte's lovely hair. She told her, "What gorgeous braids. They are so beautiful. Who did this? Who did your braids?" Then Catherine confessed, "I was the one who tried to do Charlotte's braid this morning, but it didn't work very well." Meanwhile, Princess Catherine wasn't the only one who talked about struggling to style Charlotte's hair. Her father Prince William did, too. During a trip to Blackpool in 2019, he admitted that he had a hard time learning how to do his daughter's hair. "Never try to do a ponytail. It's a nightmare," the prince joked. By the way, many fans of Britain's royal family have noted the resemblance of little Charlotte to her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Photos taken at the same age, but nearly 100 years apart, confirm this. A voiceover expert has found another tampering in the Harry and Meghan series. The Sussexes edited the Queen's speech in such a way that they changed its meaning to suit their plot. Royal fans are outraged. Experts have discovered that the Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan has apparently edited the Queen's speech in a way that has completely changed its meaning. This was noticed by a communications specialist who was quick to point out the inaccuracy. By the way, that's not the only trick the show's creators have pulled, which has already been exposed. The first 3 episodes of the documentary series, which were released last week, detailed Harry and Meghan's relationship with each other and with the royal family. At one point, voice coach Susie Ashfield noticed something unusual about the segment with the Queen. The first episode of the show includes an excerpt from Elizabeth's speech on the occasion of her 21st birthday, in which she says, "I declare to you all that my whole life, whether long or short, will be devoted to the service of our great imperial family, to which we all belong." The speech of the future monarch, who ascended the throne 4 years later, was broadcast from South Africa on 21 April 1947. The then Princess Elizabeth uttered her famous phrases, which reflected what many believed to be the principles of service that would guide her for the rest of her life. She recalled him in her official speech on the 70th anniversary of Elizabeth II's accession to the throne on 6 February 2022. Later in the episode, as Ashfield pointed out, the speech was incorporated back into the narrative, only this time with edited words that now sounded like your service, instead of the service of our great imperial family, to which we all belong. According to Susie, this completely changes the meaning of the statement. I don't know what the lesson here is, but I suppose if you're going to speak and it gets recorded, there's a chance that you could be misquoted, your words could be taken out of context, or, as in this case, some part could be removed to change the meaning of the statement itself, Ashfield emphasizes. So make sure it doesn't happen to you. And if it does happen to you, remember that there will be people who will notice it. Observers conclude that the changes in the text were made deliberately to emphasize the basic idea put forward by the Sussexes. Throughout the Netflix series, the Duke and Duchess talk about a pact supposedly made between the British royal family and their subjects. According to the couple, it is about providing information about the lives of the royals in exchange for the maintenance of their needs from the treasury. The Harry and Meghan show also relentlessly presses the subject of racism, talking about the colonial past of the British Empire and hinting at some connection of this fact to Meghan's encounter with racist comments on the net. Underneath Ashfield's video, in which she demonstrates the tricks of the montage, one commenter remarked, "Christ, it feels like the whole Netflix series is going to be dishonest." However, another user disagreed. In both statements she is committed to imperialism. The meaning of this is the same whether she is also in your service or not. Some even called the Commonwealth the Empire 2.0 nation. Before meeting her fiancé Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi, the Princess of York dated other men, among whom, it turns out, was a real criminal. Today, Princess Beatrice pleases fans with regular joint appearances with her husband Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi, and British subjects are watching with interest the development of their relationship, noting that the daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson finally found her true love. However, Princess Beatrice's past holds many secrets that she would surely like to forget. One of these unpleasant secrets is a relationship with a man who turned out to be a criminal. In 2005, the Princess of York met Paolo Liuzzo at a friend's party. The girl was only 17 at the time, and when Beatrice and Paolo began officially dating, they had to keep their relationship a secret from the Princess of York's family. Their romance developed rapidly. By late 2005, Princess Beatrice decided to introduce her lover to her mother and younger sister, Princess Eugenie, and she made ambitious plans for their future together with Paolo. In 2006, shocking details of Paolo Liuzzo's life emerged in the press. As it turned out, in 2002, Princess Beatrice's lover was the instigator of a drunken brawl in a bar in Massachusetts, which resulted in the death of his classmate. Liuzzo was charged with manslaughter, but the charge was later reclassified as assault, allowing him to receive only a fine and hours of community service, instead of jail time. However, Princess Beatrice was not frightened by the criminal details of her lover's life, and she continued to communicate with him. Then, to reassure an agitated public, Sarah Ferguson issued an official statement. "Like any parent, I really value trust in my relationship with my daughter. We all learn from our mistakes, and I will give that right to Beatrice. She's a sensible girl, and will be able to choose who she wants to associate with," said Prince Andrew's ex-wife. True, the alliance between the Princess of York and Paolo Liuzzo soon broke up. The young man was rumored to have a crush on another woman, and suggested Beatrice end the relationship. By the way, this breakup was definitely the right move. In 2010, Liuzzo was arrested again. This time the ex-lover of the Princess of York crashed a rental car, was involved in several episodes of fraud, as well as drug use.